Well, it can't be said enough how valuable our school resource officers are to our schools. In fact, earlier this month, it was a Mount Juliet Middle SRO who stepped in and helped out in a very critical and life-saving moment.
Hey, what's your location?
Meet Officer Chase Diller. He's an 11-year veteran with the Wilson County Sheriff's Office. Among his current assignments are SRO duties within Mount Juliet Middle's 8th grade wing at Green Hill High School. You love being an SRO, don't you?
I do.
Why is that?
For one, I love being around kids.
Understanding that his assistance is needed for several types of situations, what he recently did was very heroic and possibly prevented a tragedy.
Actually, it was during the high school class change. Middle school was I had already switched classes. I was standing at the grand staircase, and I noticed a middle school teacher had come down the staircase and went to the nurse's office.
Back on May 5th, it was shortly before noon. Officer Dillard is notified of an emergency situation happening in one of the classrooms. He rushes down the hall to assist. Inside the classroom is an 8th grade student who is choking on a piece of a water bottle that jetted through his mouth and became lodged in his throat. His teacher is trying to help as much as she can. School nurse Sarah Baines arrives quickly and she immediately clears the room. Awaiting instruction just outside the classroom is Officer Dillard. Meanwhile, Nurse Baines is doing all she can to dislodge what is caught in the boy's throat. Her efforts are unsuccessful. She then motions for Officer Dillard to assist. He makes his way over, lifts the student from behind, and after a few strong thrusts, the object ejects from the student's mouth. When it was over, Nurse Baines comforts the student and Officer Dillard gathers himself after what had just happened.
After the fact, it was a sigh of relief because I knew that I had done my job successfully. I succeeded in performing that task the correct way to dislodge it. So that was, I'm like, God, that just happened. Because, it happened so fast.
He credits his instinctive reaction to the Sheriff's Office training and his street patrol experience prior to his service as an SRO, which began just 2 years ago.
From all the years of being at the Sheriff's Office, in my early 20s when I started here, I credit all my training to the Sheriff's Office and my experience, working out on street patrol and all the different situations that I've been in.
Today, Officer Dillard and Andrew, the student caught in that dire situation, met up for the first time since the incident. Thankfully, he's doing very well.
I'm going for him. We'll check out
you remember him?
After that incident we had the other day, so much was all right. Been doing good?
Yeah.
All right.
Is there anything you want to say to Officer Dillard for him stepping in and helping you the way that he did?
You're very welcome.
Sometimes that's the most important 2 words you can ever say sometimes is thank you. As for Nurse Baines, she reflects on that day and is grateful that Officer Dillard stepped in the way that he did.
When I could not dislodge after the 3rd time that I'd tried, I knew that I was going to have to get him down on the ground to try to advance my maneuvers to try to get it out. And I saw him at the door, so I went ahead because I thought, to give him that opportunity, he might be able to get it out, and he was.
Mount Juliet Middle Principal Dr. Candace Engel echoed Nurse Baines' gratitude over this life-saving situation.
Well, it was terrifying. Afterward, looking back and realizing that it could have turned out very differently without all of the people responding the way that they did.
The quick reaction and teamwork mentality played a big role in making sure this particular day ended well.
The teacher ran for help immediately. Other teachers stepped in, and everybody did exactly what they needed to do to have the positive outcome that we did, and I'm just thankful especially for Officer Dillard, for the nurse Sarah, and the teachers just for their training and everything kicked in, and very thankful for how it turned out.
Very thankful for Officer Dillard, everything he does for the school again. He was definitely the hero in that moment.
And I don't want to take all the credit for it because the nurse did a really good job as well. And I was just glad that I could step in and, dislodge it, and because at the end of the day, we're all on the same team, and I helped her, and we succeeded. So. because she had to care for him after the fact.
I'm Bart Barker with Wilson County Schools.